Good afternoon. I'm calling from Governor Rick Perry's campaign. Am I speaking with Mr. Dayton? Mrs. Wallace. Oh, hi. And are you still over 21? Great, then you can vote. Well, we're going to need that vote, Mrs. Dayton. I'm sorry, Mr. Wallace. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wallace. Oops.
Hi, Mr. Foster. I was calling on behalf of Governor John Huntsman. Huntsman? Yes, he's been in the debates. No, sir, he exists, I assure you.
Hi, I'm calling on behalf of the Newt Gingrich campaign. Newt Gingrich. Yes, same guy. Yes, he's back. No, it's 2011, ma'am. No, I totally understand your confusion.
Hi, Mrs. Winter. I'm calling on behalf of the Herman Cain 2012 campaign. Yes, I know he's no longer running. That's why I'm calling. This is a booty call.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Governor Rick Perry's campaign. Well, we try to avoid the term disastrous campaign flameout, but...
Hi, I'm calling from Michelle Bachmann 2012, and we were wondering if we had your support in the upcoming election. We do? Really? Hold on. I'm not sure what to do now.
Hey there, my name is Mike, and I'm calling from Rick Santorum's campaign headquarters. Okay, thank you, bye.
That's right. Good evening, sir. I'm calling from Governor Mitt Romney's campaign. As you know, he's running for the GOP nomination for 2012. I'm sorry. No, where does he stand on what position? Oh, that position. Well, sir, he's totally for it. Absolutely. Sorry. Oh, well, in that case, he's against it.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Governor Rick Perry's campaign. He executed one of your relatives. My apologies. Found another one.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'm calling on behalf of Congressman Ron Paul's campaign. And I'm sorry? Oh, you're a supporter. Oh, that's great. That's excellent. I agree. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say the word speed limit. Very, very interventionist foreign policy. I agree with you. No, I'm in agreement. You don't have to keep saying that. I agree with you. So the aliens left you in your bed. Oh, I'm sorry, in the field. Right. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give you $25 if you will stop.
We're doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
This is about jobs.
McConnell said there will be no shutdown.
Put a stop to 48999 plan.
The devil's in the details.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
This isn't going to work anymore.
And we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Well, that is not a rational human being.
God bless Alaska and God bless America.
The BSofA with Brian Sack.
Hello and welcome to the BSofA. I'm Brian Sack. Now, it was announced yesterday that Rick Santorum would be making a major announcement at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in Iowa. So now reporting live as history unfolds is junior political correspondent Matt Fisher.
Greetings, Brian. I'm honest to God here in Iowa, and the atmosphere is electric. Just now, Rick Santorum took the stage and made campaign history. Reporters are rushing to file their stories, and voters have been left with a lot to think about.
Wow. What did Santorum actually announce, Matt?
Okay. The main point of Santorum's speech was, don't count your political chickens before they hatch. So...
Okay, but what was the actual news item that Santorum just announced?
Well, Santorum got up there, and he announced that I'm blocking my lips so that we can just dub in whatever he says later when we actually find out what he said. And his supporters just went wild. From Iowa, I'm Matt Fisher. Good night.
Matt, you still aren't telling us what Rick Santorum actually said.
I don't know. Okay, dude, we're taping this here at 2 in the afternoon. To air later in the day. I don't know what Rick Santorum said because that's still a few hours in the future.
Okay, so how is it in Iowa, Matt?
Oh my God, Brian, I'm standing literally across the studio from you. Like, look at me. Stop.
Okay, well, we have to finish taping the show. Well, why don't we figure out what the announcement will most likely be, Matt? Have you say that, and then we'll be done.
Okay, all right. Take 2. Ask me again.
Matt, what was Rick Santorum's big news just moments ago?
Brian, just a few moments ago, Rick Santorum announced that he's gay.
No, Matt, that's not what it will be.
Are you sure? I mean, it's usually the ones who complain the loudest who,
No. Do one that's more likely, Matt. Matt, what was Rick Santorum's big news just moments ago?
Well, Brian, it's official. Rick Santorum has a secret black family.
Matt, you have to be more serious.
I don't know, man. Black family just feels right. I don't know.
No.
It just...
Matt, what was Rick Santorum's big news just moments ago?
I'm reporting live from Iowa, where Rick Santorum has announced his conversion to what he calls the one true faith, Scientology.
Matt, you know, the rumor is that Santorum will announce that he's been endorsed by Iowa's Secretary of State, Matt Schultz.
Brian, that's so boring. And here at 2 p.m., it's not true yet. We can make the future whatever we want it to be, okay? All right. Brian, I'm thrilled to announce that Rick Santorum is dropping out of the presidential primary race to travel the world affirming the civil rights of all people.
I doubt it, Matt.
Rick Santorum has announced that he's moving on up to the east side because of success in the laundromat business.
That sounds like the Jeffersons, Matt.
Today, Rick Santorum announced that he has put Dino out to sleep and brought in a saber-toothed tiger.
No, you're drawing from the Flintstones.
Okay, today Rick Santorum announced that his cousin Balky has come across the seas to live with him as a roommate.
Yeah, no.
Okay, butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high.
Nope.
Just Rick Santorum today moved in with 5 friends to an improbably large New York loft where they will learn and live about dating and love.
Yeah, that's friends.
Okay. All right. Today, Rick Santorum announced that Vicky, a robotic girl, has come to live with his family. Will she learn to love? No, people don't know.
No. Matt Fisher, thank you very much, sir. And welcome back to Newt or Newt. Let's welcome Jessica from Brooklyn and Dan from Denver.
Thanks.
It's great to be here, Brian.
Now remember, guys, on Newt or Newt, I describe a characteristic, and you tell me if it's former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich or the amphibian, the Newt. All right? Ready? Let's go. Currently running for the Republican nomination for president.
Newt Gingrich.
Correct. Next. Characterized by a frog-like body. With 4 equal-sized limbs. And a distinct tail. Seriously?
Newt?
Ah, correct. Tie game. Regenerates its limbs, eyes, and heart when it seems to be fatally injured.
Newt.
Correct. Regenerates its political career when it seems to be fatally injured.
Newt Gingrich.
Yes. Mates outside his assigned breeding partner while aggressively attacking others of its species who do the same thing.
Newt.
Incorrect. Jessica. I'm sorry, Jessica, you ran out of time. Now, you knew that a newt was incorrect, so there was only one other possible answer for aggressive mating hypocrisy, Newt Gingrich. Now, the rules of the game have not changed in over 15,000 episodes of the show.
I just couldn't believe a human would do that.
Really, it's surprising from any mammal.
Well, understood. Now, we've got a tie game here, so this last one is for the whole game. Last clue. Toxic to the touch.
Trick question. It's both a Newt and Newt Gingrich.
That's right, Jessica, and you are the winner. George, please tell Jessica what she's won.
Jessica, you get to choose between a signed copy of Newt Gingrich's A Nation Like No Other or 13 pages about newts torn out of a 1989 biology textbook once owned by a kid named Gary.
Cool, I'll take Gary's biology textbook.
That's a great choice, Jessica. We'll see you next time on Newt or Newt.
So, should we kick off this edition of the BSofA book club?
Yep. Sure.
Guys, I have to tell you, I was so excited to read Walter Isaacson's biography of Steve Jobs.
But then we were late to that corporate-wide meeting and our LGBTV overlords punished us.
By making us read Being George Washington by Glenn Beck, the book.
And making us buy our own copies.
In hardcover, with an obligation to buy Being James K. Polk when that comes out.
Okay, so, what was everyone's favorite part of the book?
Look, here's the thing. I went into reading the book with an open mind. But then I started, and it seemed like every chapter was just about wooden teeth.
Wooden teeth.
Teeth.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh
Remember you
my God.
texted me. Yeah.
We have a book here, 300 pages long, 250 pages on wooden teeth, at least.
He barely touches on the American Revolution.
Barely. I actually underlined the one sentence that mentions it. Another thing that happened to George Washington while he was wearing his wooden teeth was that he was in the Revolutionary War. They won.
Beck refers to Washington as America's first wooden-teethed president. I think that might be the worst sentence ever in the history of publishing.
Back here you got all these charts, and in particular this one that suggests that George Washington's wooden teeth prove that Obamacare is doomed to failure. I mean, say what you want about Obamacare, but that's just really weird.
That's around the area when I got heavy into the painkillers. And here's the other thing, right off the bat. George Washington's fake teeth were made of hippopotamus and elephant ivory, not wood, okay? I minored in colonial era dentistry in college, so I know a lot of this stuff.
So if what you're saying is true, and George Washington's teeth were in fact not wooden, the entire conceit of this book is false? Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in order to get a book like this published, don't you have to have like an editor and...
Yeah, I thought about that, and I noticed here on the page it says edited by, and there's an illustration of wooden teeth.
How can that be a fact?
My question is, should we tell Glenn the truth?
No, we should not tell Glenn Beck that George Washington's teeth weren't actually wooden. Don't you remember page 45? Oh, here it is. Oh, in my darkest days when I thought I had no future, no family, the only thing that kept me going was the thought that George Washington accomplished so much with his wooden teeth. You guys, I think it would kill Glenn Beck to know the truth.
Agreed, which is why I ask, should we tell him?
I'm gonna say let's not tell him. Because the last page, it kind of had me tearing up. Beck writes, last night I dreamt that George Washington, complete with wooden teeth in his mouth, made from wood, invited me over to his house to ride on colonial jet skis. We are best friends. I think the dream was real. See, he's not...
All right, so do you guys have any final thoughts on the book?
Yeah, I do. I guess I resent my eyes for allowing the words from this book to enter my brain.
I went through that, and also I just know that I'll never be late for another GBTV meeting, right?
I learned that instead of waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay, we should just simply have the prisoners read this book.
Well, you can't mean that. I mean, they're terrorists, but they're people.
I learned that it would be a great stocking stuffer this holiday season.
Oh, jeez. Brian, you are such a suck-up.
I got kids.
You guys know how my grandmother passed away this year, and this was going to be our first Christmas without her, and I was really upset, but I kind of take solace in the fact that she passed away before this book was published, and she'll never have to go through the suffering of reading Being George Washington, you know?
Okay, so I guess our final question is, how does this book compare to Glenn Beck's other books?
Really good.
Best one yet, easily.
Oh, best by far.
It's like he's an author.